21 minutes off the bench. Only 3 points. That was it right there. And one. Dozier drives on Davis. The Nuggets are down by 3. Anthony Davis, remember that shot right there. Remember that spot as he hits that 3 right there. Davis, a big game, especially in the second half. He had 31 points, 11 of 23 shooting in 39 minutes. Under 3 to go. Nuggets, after losing game 1, trying to steal one. There goes Jokic. He hits 30 points for Jokic in the game. Down by 4. They get the turnover. They go the other way. Murray settles things down. Pick and roll with Jokic. Davis lays way off of him. That gives him an open look, and he scores. That's the only 3 he hit in the game. He was 1 for 4 shooting threes. Down by 1. 40 seconds ago. Nuggets with the ball. Trying to get the shot they want. They got the guy with the ball they want. Murray behind the back. Pumps. He is fouled. No, he's not fouled, but Jokic gets the air ball and tips it in volleyball style. Wow. What a play. Denver by 1. Davis in the lane puts it up and puts the Lakers back up by 1. Nuggets down with the ball. Look at Jokic. Bully ball. Poof, poof, poof. Ah, Nerf ball. Baby hook goes. Denver by 1. Trying to even the series at 1. Lakers. Davis does everything he can, but Jokic gets it to go. Denver's 1-point lead. Lakers with the ball now. Caruso's open for the lead. No. It goes to Green. Murray, what a block. Tries to save it, but he can't. That could have ended the game. 2.1 to go. No timeouts for the Lakers. They got to try to run a play from out of bounds with no timeouts and no diagram plays. And watch what happens here. They don't want LeBron to get it. Mason Plumlee, go get Anthony Davis. I'm going to double team LeBron. He leaves Davis open. Remember that 3 we showed you earlier? Almost the identical spot. Jokic has to try to go out and get Davis. It's too late. He was already squared up. He was already elevating. That's like a free throw for him. Lakers up 2-0.
We ran the play. It's supposed to be for Bron. I looked at Rondo the whole time. You know, people talking about never been in this moment. Pressure. Am I ready for it? I want to take those shots. You know, as part of the legacy, I want those shots. I want the big-time plays. You know, and we're going to live with me, die with me shooting the last, game-winning shots, and I made it. You know, this is what they brought me here for, to make big-time plays. Obviously, we win the Mamba jerseys. Never want to lose in these jerseys, never want to lose at all, but that's a hell of a team. They're going to keep fighting. They fall all the way to the last shot. We know that's what they're going to do.
No silver linings. I mean, this is the Western Conference Finals. So no moral victories, no silver linings. Gave ourselves a chance to win tonight. Obviously, Anthony Davis hits a big 3 to win the game at the buzzer. So we'll watch the film, see what happened on that last play. And the message is, we're down 2-0. Let's go out and win game 3.
It's LeBron, it's Davis, and then it's just a bunch of guys. These 2 guys have to carry the team, and they do. They get 57 points, more than half the total. Lakers have been the best team at getting the lead and holding on to it in the NBA. LA is 51-0 when leading after 3. That is the best record of any team in the shot clock era as the Lakers, when Davis and James each get 25, which they did in this game, 26 LeBron and 31 for Anthony Davis. As you can see, those 2 have to be on for this team to win.
And of course, as we bring in Tim Legler here on SportsCenter, as we get more reaction, we'll bring it to you live right here. But Tim, in the meantime, what happened on that game-winning shot by AD?
Yeah, Mike Malone said he needed to see the film first. Well, I've had the benefit of seeing the film several times, so I can save him some trouble right now. And before we show it, I just want to set it up a little bit. So they put Jokic on the out-of-bounds guy on the baseline, Rondo, because they want a tall guy to obscure his vision. In a one-point game, you could hit a cutter going to the basket to win the game. So they wanted Jokic on the ball to try to obscure vision. So that's why he's down there in the baseline. But the breakdown comes between Mason Plumlee and Jeremy Grant. Now, Plumlee clearly is on AD at the start of this play, and Grant is chest to chest with LeBron trying to deny him the basketball. So when AD breaks over to the sideline, Plumlee, for really no reason, just decides he's going to stop and try to hand him off to Grant on a switch. The problem with that is there was no screen set, so there's no reason to switch that. And Jeremy Grant obviously is locked into LeBron because he's expecting that ball is probably going to be thrown over his head toward half court. Then that's where LeBron was going to end up catching that basketball. Now, if there's a screen that takes place, if LeBron actually put a body on Mason Plumlee, then yeah, Grant could jump out and deny that pass to Anthony Davis. But Mason Plumlee was in perfect position to just ride Anthony Davis all the way over to the sideline and deny him that pass. That is far too easy for Anthony Davis to receive the basketball. Look, I know he made a great shot, but I heard Booch talking about it. He's 6'11". He's got a great stroke. He was perfectly squared up, and he was on balance. That's not a difficult shot other than the pressure for a guy like Anthony Davis. So for me, I'd have to put this on Plumlee because Grant is saying, hey, maybe we're going to switch, but there has to be a screen that's going to take place in order to trigger the switch. That wasn't the case. Anthony Davis just ran to the sideline, and Plumlee just stopped right where LeBron was, and now Anthony Davis catches the ball. And it's ironic, the only guy that actually got a hand up was Jokic, and he was guarding the inbounder, so he covered probably 15 to 20 feet with one stride, and at least he got a contest up. But that is a massive breakdown between Plumlee and Grant, and I'm assuming it would be Plumlee. When Malone sees that film, he's going to have to ask, why would you want to switch that with no screen? Just go ahead and deny him all the way over to the sideline.
You're right, though, the irony in that the one person that actually contested the shot was Nikola Jokic on AD, who had been bullied by him all night long, is pretty rich. That's Tim Legler's explanation of what he saw at the end. Moments ago, we heard from Rajon Rondo breaking down that last play.
I think I made every eye contact with every player on my team that play. My first look was Kenny backdoor, that wasn't there. Danny backdoor wasn't there. Brian and I looked eye to eye, but he didn't move, and then I saw already coming on the outside and try to get it to him on time on target. I had Joker on me, so obviously I couldn't throw a lob pass, and he did the rest.
Rachel, John, you played with Anthony Wallace. How much, even back then, is he wanting to get into games at this level? And how have you watched him sort of grow into being in this level of competition? It was probably the biggest shot of his life tonight.
I definitely agree. It was the biggest shot of his life so far. Watching him grow, obviously I played with him a couple years back, and to where he's come now, he's always been a dominant force for any opponent he's ever played against, but see him grow and hit a shot in this type of environment, Western Conference Final doesn't really get any bigger than this. And I'm extremely happy for him as a teammate, as a friend, and I love watching him grow.
When you know someone is such a high skill level player but just hasn't been at that level of competition.
Legs, we're watching this game, and it looked like the Lakers were in firm control. They were up by as many as 16, and then all of a sudden the Nuggets really started to make their way towards the end. What would you say is the fourth quarter trend that was the eventual upside for the Lakers to get this game?
Well, we saw the biggest one of all with the game winner, but honestly, the Lakers had three other shots that they made in that quarter that were timely threes late in the clock, and it wasn't Kuzma and it wasn't Danny Green, the guys that you're worried about. I mean, these are three enormous plays in the game. 2-point game. Here's Rondo. Great thing. Go under the screen on Rondo. That's what you're taught to do. Dare him to shoot it. Makes a step back three. Here's another situation. This one, look how deep we are into the clock. I mean, KCP catches this ball. He lets it fly with a second to go, fading away out of bounds with a hand in his face in a 2-point game. And then this one here, up 5. And again, less than 2 seconds on the clock, and that's Anthony Davis going to a step back, ironically, right from the same place that he makes the game winner. But to me, those were three big-time shots earlier in the quarter, and you're talking about something that is not supposed to be the Lakers' strength. When you play this team, you know they're going to get a lot of points in the paint. You know they're going to go to the foul line a lot. You're going to hope that they don't have a big night from the three-point line. And they made 13 threes, and we just saw 4 of them that were absolutely at the end of the clock and key times in the game. The first one's to keep the lead, and then that last one to win the game. So if you're Mike Malone, man, is it going to be tough to sleep tonight knowing that despite all of that, you still had a chance with 2 seconds to go and the Lakers taking the ball out of bounds to get one stop and even this series up. It's going to be very difficult for that coaching staff to sleep tonight, particularly when they see what happened on this last play and really an inexcusable opportunity to deny him the ball that they just blundered.
To quote the late Denny Green, they let him off the hook. Tim Legler joining us here to break down what we just witnessed, Game 2 Western Conference Finals. We are still waiting for LeBron at the microphone, and as soon as he sits down, we're going to bring you his post-game live right here on SportsCenter.
That seemed to